Hello, everyone. Welcome to channel MCFAE, where manifestations come fast and easy. MCFAE is an acronym for manifestations come fast and easy. My name is Nanya Ojibe, and happy Friday. We're here again on another live stream. I have so much fun doing these. Um, Funny thing, I used to be very fearful. I used to be very scared to go live. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. So I have a setup. I'm streaming through my camera, through the computer. When I go live on my phone, mad people pop up. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted it just to be a Q&A because I don't really have any topic. I mean, I can talk off the top of the dome on this stuff all day, but oh, I guess that's another thing with I would be fearful of going live is the silence. I think I have to fill the space, but I mean, you too, I guess. But anywho, so let me do that. I wanted to talk about the topic of fear. I have been doing a lot, but lately, to stay on topic, I have been meditating a lot. And what's been coming up is the definition and the realization of fear. Like, what does it even mean? So, the acronym that I enjoy is fear, meaning false evidence appearing real. I really like that. I wrote an informative speech for my acting class about darkness versus light, and I equated fear to darkness because it's not real, it's an illusion. So I feel like I've been sitting with fear a lot, or what embracing it, understanding it, because with the knowledge, with the acceptance of knowing that it's not real, it's not a real thing, you know? So, anywho, I say all this to say because speaking of my acting class, yesterday, I did something really brave, in my opinion. Um, I'm very me, I guess, like bubbly, chill. When people meet me, they always be like, "Do you have any other emotion?" Like, because you're always smiling. And I enjoy smiling because a lot of stuff is funny. I be making my own self laugh a lot of times. But I've noticed that when it's time for me to show any other reaction, like really get pissed off, cuss somebody out, even cry, I feel such a blockage in my chest from it. Like, what is that about? Like, I'm not that in tune with my emotions, you know? That's what I was feeling. So I go to this acting class because he speaks a lot on bringing yourself, your entire self, to the character. So if your character is happy, you have to find happiness within yourself to bring the character to life. So it's really no acting you're doing. You're being real. You're being real. The emotions are real. The experience is real. Your facial expressions, the tone of your voice, the cadence, all of that is real. The only thing that you're acting is like the lines, this fictional character. But what you see when we see great actors acting, that's because they really probably they really given their emotions. They're really probably going through something, or they went through something in order to be able to express that. I remember reading Viola Davis's book, and she had expressed that too, and that's kind of what got me intrigued with maybe I need to go to an acting class, or maybe I should go to an acting class just to experience that, because she says that she acted on Broadway for the longest, and she did the Fences play before, but there was like the one scene towards the end when she had to slap Denzel about the son. She never really understood it. She couldn't really muster it until later when she did the movie. She had already had a child, and she was able to muster up them feelings, and that's why she killed it. Her and Denzel killed it in the movie. So, anywho, back to what I was saying. So, yeah, you got to be able to bring all of that out for for yourself to be considered a great actor, like on command too. And that's what I go for, because that is very, like I said, there's blockages around there, and it's so uncomfortable for me. Or at least I thought like I didn't know, but because I can get angry. You can talk to my mother, you can talk to my close friends. They probably don't, they would probably think I'm tripping. Like, what are you talking about? You just cussed me out yesterday. It's like, now, I don't know if anyone could say that. I have evolved, but me getting tight of someone is not a problem. But I guess in order, when I had to do it on stage, it's not easy. It's not. But I say all that to say, I really went there yesterday. This man, my coaching, my acting coach, teacher, whatever, he had me screaming at the top of my lungs. And one, that was even like a lot for me. The first time he asked me to do this was a couple weeks ago. He said, I did my best. Like, I really screamed. And he said it was only 50% there. And then as soon as I screamed, I like immediately shrunk back because it was like, all right, that's too much. You're doing too much. You look crazy. This is my mind was telling me, like, you look crazy. It was basically fear. And because my mind was telling me this, my body felt the emotions of looking crazy or feeling embarrassed, feeling humiliated again. And my body kept that memory because that's what my mind was telling it. And then I immediately like shrunk up. It was like, oh, nah, I cannot do it again. Because he asked me to scream again. And I was like, nah, that's all you're going to get from me today. But so yesterday, I challenged myself. I was like, all right, yo, put your big girl panties on and let's just do it. Like, fuck it, let's just do it. So I did that. And yeah, it was terrifying. Let me tell you, it was terrifying. It was such a terrifying feeling because really my mind was telling me, you look crazy. This is embarrassing. You're going to humiliate yourself. You look like an idiot. Like, all of these things were coming up in my mind, and my body was stiff, but I had to feel those emotions inside to do it anyway. And that's what I feel like with fear is. That's why I feel like fear is not a real thing. It's in our mind. It's in our mind. People think it's in our body, but it's not in our body. It's our mind that triggers our body. And that's why when we feel it with our heart or within our body, wherever we were hurt, we feel it again because it's a memory that evokes an emotion within us, some energy within us. But if you really sit with it and embrace it and let it out, because that's all it is. Emotions is just energy moving. And sometimes we can let that energy stay within us, especially with pain that stays within us because we haven't went through it. That's why they say in order to like really let something go or release something, you have to go through it. And that's allowing the emotion, the energy to go through your body. So that's really what I had to do. So my experience with fear, it was really just turning off my mind. Even though I felt all those emotions in my body and I knew I was only getting it from my mind, I had to just breathe because I think our breath is what grounds us. I think our breath is truly what is that a powerful entity with us, a powerful being within us. Like, that's when I think about our breath, it could be that's like direct correlations of what like maybe God is, how God is really here for us, how he's never separated from us. He is us, he's next to us. Like, we are it is us. Like, I think that's, so in my mind, I think a breath could be equivalent to God. So because even when we really just pause and just take a breath and release and let go, like we get connected back to source, which is, God. We calm down, we get still again. We let being a higher being or something better, bigger than us take over rather than getting our flesh, our emotions and everything tied into it. So what I did is I focused, I breathed, and I had to just do it. Like jump off a cliff, jump into the water. Like, don't think about it because the more and more you think about it, the more you're going to mess yourself up. And I've been watching a lot of law of attraction videos, and they're saying in order for you to rise to the top, like it's not to rise to the top, like as in hierarchy, but just to get your energy to rise to a higher vibration is to let go of your mind. It's to stop thinking. Because the more and more you think, or you overthink, you're bringing your emotion down, you're bringing your vibration down. But when we stop thinking, that's when we can raise our vibration. Like if you can think of something that you've done where you were in a flow state, just completely creative and just doing your thing, like, and it felt so good of just energy. You weren't thinking anything when you were in that state. Your mind was clear. You were so focused at the task at hand. So I think that is how I am combating fear. I just learned it the other day. That's how I can combat it, is to not get in my mind about it, but just to turn it off, to breathe and focus more so on my body and just doing the damn thing. Like, so I had to really just focus. I closed my eyes. I think there's going to be levels to it. There's going to be a time where I'm not going to have to close my eyes, but I closed my eyes to erase the fact that I was on stage, to erase the fact that people were staring at me, that low key judging me. They're looking to see, just the spotlight, all eyes on me. I feel, and that's why I was uncomfortable being live too, because just this all eyes on me. Even though I have videos, it's weird. But so I had to just close all of that out and just breathe and just don't think about it, just let it go. And I screamed to the top of my lungs. I did it 3 times. And then he even had me throw a chair because I said I want to be outrageous. Like I want to rage. Like I want to go to the extreme because I'm maybe on stage used to be in like, I can be sassy, maybe reserved, but like, I guess the fear of looking crazy. Because really, I guess growing up, you want to be cool, I guess that's still in my body too. Like from school days, like not even from the movie, but just school days I was in school. Like you don't want to everyone, you don't act crazy because then they're all going to laugh at you. They're all going to laugh at you. I always think of that movie, Carrie. They're all going to laugh at you. Like seriously, that moment and you're in front of the stage and she got humiliated and they're all laughing. Like that'd be just trauma. I probably have some low-key trauma stuff that I probably not even dealing with. I may just probably suppressed it. Because why do I feel that way? But that's a whole other video. But yeah, I had to just ignore that feeling. Who cares how I look? Because it's not real. I decide how I look. And then the thought came to me, like, don't be afraid to be an idiot if you know you are not an idiot. So who cares how you think, what other people think, the moment? Who cares? If you know who you are, then why you care what someone else thinks, what they think when you know? So that's what came up for me with dealing with fear as well. Like just stand in your power, own your power. Because at the end of the day, it's only you. It's you and your higher power. It's you and God. And on top of that, you are the creator. You are the co-creator of your reality. What you say goes. So if you are feeling fear within, you're going to experience whatever that fear is on the outside. You're going to experience that energy. It's going to be manifested because you are projecting it. But if I'm feeling confident and doing something, I'm gonna only see the confidence. And that is so true. I remember I was talking to somebody, or talking to this guy, and to me, he like, I think I said this before, he seemed so corny to me, so whack. But like just what he was doing, but he was so confident. And I like studied him low key because it was like, I could never, like, I'm like, what you're doing, I would be embarrassed. Like you look to me, but this is my feelings. This was my energy. This was in my body. These were my issues. Him, on the other hand, like was doing great things, good people around him. Like no one could tell him anything. It didn't matter what anyone else thought because he knew he was the guy. He was that guy. And, so that made me also see that like it doesn't matter what's going on the outside. It only matters what's going on within. And that's really the only thing you're going to see. Because even though I will say little stuff and be like, no, it would miss him, like completely miss him. It was 2 different vibrations, 2 different frequencies we were on. He wouldn't even catch the shit because he thought he was the shit. And I think about Nick Cannon in that area too. Like everyone thinks of him as this corny guy. But this man got, is he a billionaire now? I don't think he's a billionaire, but he got money. He's maybe got his own dysfunctional stuff going on because that's why he got so many kids. But regardless, he's helping people. His show, Wildin' Out, is like 21 seasons. Insane. Like, still going. I remember I was in high school, ninth grade watching that show. It came out in 2004, 2005. 20 years, 21 years. That's insane. So I guess he's like, I can be corny. I can be that corny guy because, like, so what? He's doing still amazing things, you know? So, anywho, that's like a whole different tangent. But I just want to like say that was just my topic on fear. I'm just read my notes that I had. Fear is all in our mind. If we feel it, it's our mind transferring to our body. That's what I said. And our body keeps a memory of that fear. It keeps a memory and then it puts up a wall to protect us so we don't feel that shit again. So it's like I don't know, if you had something like if you had something with your mom and your mom said something that hurt you and you're fearful of it and now you put up a wall, you're going to probably be dealing with that in your relationships with females. You know, luckily I don't have any daddy issues and that, not that I can think of. You can all self-reflect, but I don't have any fear when it comes to romantics. But I did have a lot of fear when it came to friendships. And I did put up a wall, a strong wall. And I didn't let anyone really get close to me at all, just to protect myself. And I had to see that in myself. I had to like be confronted with it, become aware of it. Because I feel like it's so in our body, it becomes, second habit, becomes something we don't even think of consciously. But I think once we become aware, once we're aware of something, then we then have the choice to move differently, to do better. That Maya Angelou quote is my favorite. Once you know better, you do better. And I always allow myself grace with that too, because if I do mess up, okay, it's like, cool, I'm learning. I didn't know before, I just messed up. But now that I know, you're not going to catch me messing up again because I'm going to do better. Once I know better, I do better. But so it's like always a grateful moment because yes, I just learned the lesson. Won't catch me slipping again. I'll tell you that, you know. My other note here is fear is not real. We make it real. Just like the darkness. Like it's not real, but if we give it so much attention, we are then creating it. And once we create it, it's going to be manifested. We're going to be able to see it everywhere we go. If that's what you're paying attention to. I did this one exercise. I don't know if I can do this with y'all right now, not on live. I would want live people to do this. This is when I do my TED Talk. I'm going to do this in a live crowd. But it's basically to really reinforce that whatever you are focused on, you are going to find it. You can be focused, whatever you're focused on. Because there's so many things happening in our world. Our eyes catch so much in a day. There's so much information coming in. That's why we have the reticular activating system. Whatever you activate in your reticular activating system in the front lobe, you're going to point it out. With the same kind of theory with the red car theory. Or you just got a new car. You got a new car, or just something you like. You go out on the road, you're going to notice that car every time it passes because you want it. You're like, oh, there's that car again. There's that car again. And you're probably going to see it all the time. But it's not to say that car wasn't there. It was probably always there, but you never noticed it because it wasn't in your mind. It wasn't activated. But once you activate it, now you see it. So if you're activating fear, you're going to see it every single time. If you're activating happiness, you're going to see it every single time. I have a good example with that. I remember, I don't even like scary movies. And this is when I used to live in Baltimore. And I was living by myself. I was running those streets of Baltimore. Not thinking anything of it. Like I knew I was safe. I know I'm protected, guided, and supported at all times. I'm good. I remember I spent a whole afternoon, like a whole day watching these scary movies in the house. And I remember then going out, meeting some friends. And it was nighttime. It was the winter. So it was probably like only 5 o'clock at night, but it was night. It was dark. And I remember I was scared. I remember I was just fearful, like a killer's gonna come or something's gonna happen. I remember I was like just even frightened across the street. And I was with my homegirl and she knows me. She knows how I be moving. She was like, "What is wrong with you? Why are you acting like this?" Like, and I was like, you know what? I've been watching scary movies all day. So it was like, that's probably why I'm acting like this. Cause it's now I'm looking for it. I had been inundated in my body or in my vision, my perspective the entire day. So now that's what I see. So also be careful what you're paying attention to, what you're activating in your reticular activating system. If it's fear, you're gonna catch fear. And it's not even real. So I wonder what the opposite of fear is. Like proud, brave. Ooh, I was definitely brave. Amen. I was definitely brave when I did my acting class. We're gonna give it attention to. We are creating it. Yes, if you see it, because it's from within. Everything on your outside world, everything in your world, your circumstances, is nothing more than a reflection of your inner world. We're just projecting how we feel. It's like we're watching a whole movie, and we're the main character. You're the main character in your world. You're the main character in your movie, and this is what you're creating. So if you want to create some different ish, um, move differently within. Know that you deserve love, you deserve happiness, you are unique, you are beautiful, you are one of a kind, and you deserve everything good and great God has to offer. And there's abundance. We live in an abundance of world. There's abundance for us all to get it, for us all to win. Think of everything as air. Breathe in that ish. Breathe it all in. Take up as much as you need. You're not taking from the next person. They got just as much as they need as well. So think of that as your success. Okay? Take all what you need. The next person will be fine. And give too. If you feel that you have more than to give, but make sure you were good too first. And then have your cup overfill. Just give. Love, breathe it in, take all you need, and then don't be greedy with it. Always share because there's so much to go around. You're never going to run out of a endless supply of source. Okay, that is my live for today. Ooh, it is late. I got to go. All right, my loves. Mwah. Manifestations come fast and easy only if you truly believe, if you feel it. Okay, listen, we're not going to do no more fake. Just feel it and see it. Okay, let me get off. Let me stop rapping. Bye.